Like, I'm amazed that I've not been friendly fired yet, to be fair.
Oh, first time I played Arma, not in the group I'm playing with now, but the first time I went back into Arma, because I've had Arma for ages, but I really only played like DayZ kind of thing. I got playing the game, got friendly fired in the back. I was like, okay, fair enough. The Zeus at the respawn wave put me back in to instantly get friendly fired again. I was like, huh. And it's very frustrating. It does happen. You have to accept that people don't pay attention. Some people aren't paying that much attention and will just they see a person and they just open up and you're like,
I got shot in the back the other day.
Please check your bloody targets. Especially when it's just stupid stuff like, you know, we're up against insurgents that are all wearing, you know, like civilian clothes, and I'm standing there wearing, you know, full tactical gear, an L85, you know, wearing gear that's not an AK.
Yeah.
And I still get shot.
Yeah, well, the thing is that is every time I see some people in that, everyone's got super tactical equipment on, and I'm like, you know, I just like a shorts, a sandal, and an AK. I'm like, you don't need. I just feel it's overkill, all this equipment, and it just adds extra weight to your character when you can just everything with a tactical vest and. I mean, maybe you've not got the body armor. I'm not planning getting shot anyway, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm going in proper tactical, and you're going for a.
Oh yeah, it looked like I was going for a holiday. I had like a little compass on me, didn't I? A radio, a little bit of a tan t-shirt, some sandals. Yeah.
And I'm going in. I think I was wearing that mission. I was wearing full British camo.
Oxygen generator. And then attached to the back. Or not. Here we go.
Done up for going for war, and you're off for a little holiday.
Yeah, well, it was a little holiday for me because usually when I play Arma, it's normally a lot. It's just very different.
It's okay. Like sometimes we do mercenary missions, what means you can just wear what you want as long as you look like you're like.
I don't like the AK rule.
Yeah. Well, it's mainly just because it's a way of trying to avoid friendly fire.
Yeah, but I don't. I just think I think you should just be able to work yourself out.
I'll be doing some more missions where we playing. I think the guy rigged that mission wants to do more ones where we're all going around with is playing as Russians.
I didn't like the mission we played was Russians the other day. Oh god, that was the mission, wasn't it? The one that I ended up leaving on.
Yeah, I also crashed out. That was my internet decided to go. No.
Okay.
No, you're not having internet day.
Got that.
Come back tomorrow. It's a bit annoying. No internet for you. It's always a pain. Your internet decides to do that.
Oh shit, let's make this look a little bit better. Get the grinder out.
Obviously, when you try and grind something down, you end up grinding the block behind it.
Typical Space Engineers building. Which end of the rocket launcher fires, by the way? Is it with the cowling on or the other end?
The bit of the 4 dots.
Both sides have 4 dots. Is it the long end or the short end?
Long end. Did not say that with much conviction, did I?
No.
Yeah, have fun with that. This is where Adam blows his own ship up. Just cross-hatched for that, and then that's that done. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Wrong block.
So what is your ship going to be? Mine's the welder ship. You redesign, you build another grinder?
I don't know. We're just gonna build it.
Why did you make a utility vehicle? One vehicle for a connector underneath you can connect tons of other things to?
Might do that then. Gives me a reason to build a nice ship, really.
Something a bit different. We'll get this one done, and then we can go and... Once we've got this built, we can speed up our building process a little bit. You. You do not need. You do. Small thrusters. No, I'll burn through that one. Okay. Much better. Bad. Bad. Oh, I'm missing an antenna. That would. I'm missing a few blocks actually. I've just realised I'm missing my usual, my full code of conduct. What means I need an antenna. I need a remote control block.
Is the hydrogen.
Fine.
What sort of ship do you think we need then? Do we need a utility, the mining ship?
We need a mining ship that works. Or is a... no, I'll rephrase that. The one we've got works. We need one that's a bit more efficient.
Oh, that's what we shall build then. And a more efficient mining ship. This... Oh, you know what I was reading, right? Oh, well, I was reading through some of the comments the other day. About, you know how we had the discussion about a submarine in space?
Yes.
And how it would or would not work, and there was a little bit of debate going back and forth on if it would work, it wouldn't work, so on, whatever. So some guy basically said, explained there was a book about a submarine in space, and it was the concept of refitting one, and they were talking about how the pressures were rated for in, but they're not rated for out, and I think there was another one. What was it? Oh, what was the main thing? Oh, shit. Oh damn it! It was a really good point. Like basically, the theory what went that the submarine would not work because the way the pressure would be pushing out, and it would just basically pop open, like, you know, like a can of Coke that's been shaken way too much.
Oh, okay.
And then put under outside pressure of nothing.
So it would explode.
Would explode.
It would explode.
Even though basically a can of Coke is made to withstand that pressure. That's what just said.
Again, it's just something you never think about. Would
Well, what else could you put in space that would possibly work? You've got to think about it. Like, imagine you've just got to think of a quick object. It's like the desert island sort of theory, but you've got to change. Like, say for instance, we took a bus, right, and we put that in space. It wouldn't work. Everyone would be dead in 3 seconds. Eyeballs popping out and whatnot. I mean, I know eyeballs don't really pop out, but you get the idea. What other option could we put in there? So let's think of sealed items things like that are sealed.
Refrigerator.
Oh, okay,
Indiana Jones
a bit of an Indiana Jones sort of feel, right? So let's.
It survived and you should survive.
So right, okay. So if the fridge is sealed, I don't know if refrigerators are sealed that much. Could it withstand the pressure? I'm not too sure. I think we've got, because refrigerators are quite strong. If you get quite a strong refrigerator, but still, I don't think they're really meant for pressure. They're more meant for
I don't know.
Insulation. Like the other thing why the submarine won't work, that was it. Was about insulation, because everyone would basically get turn radioactive and freeze to death.
Well, no, I wouldn't think freeze to death. Yes, definitely freeze to death. Radiation wouldn't be a problem, for the fact that if you look at the space shuttle or any of our the Apollo ships and all that, they were paper thin. The actual things that went into space were not super tough.
So you're saying that radiation's not as big deal, or do you reckon? Do you mean if it's a long time exposure, sort of? Long time
exposure, yeah, but I think you would find that a lot of the radiation gets stopped with a very small amount of shielding. Radiation is not. It depends what you're talking about. Solar radiation, or you're talking hard nuclear radiation.
So, well, it's more solar radiation, isn't it, that you're going to deal with?
Isn't the you're not going to get instantly killed. It isn't going to bake you like a baked potato.
Oh, that'd be quite funny. I just imagined an astronaut in tinfoil getting cooked, and they had a bit of cheese on it. Now that's a bit second twist.
But it definitely.
Right, so in here we need to add like a cargo container storage device, since we want to keep this ship as tidy as possible and still add the drills. Oh, I don't know if it's going to work as a drilling ship. I've just kind of built like a nice little sporty vehicle. Damn it, Aaron.
Well, why don't you just reconfigure
old one? And have this one as a nice sports option.
Sports option, but pull your one apart.
Okay, so that bit needs to go into there. Let's put that in big mode. Okay, that's the problem with this connector. It only connects big to... Yeah, right.
Survive in space. It's such. The thing is, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about space.
Well, what do you mean by misconceptions?
Well, like, what happens when you are exposed to space? Do you freeze? Do you explode?
Like, you mean just like being put outside?
Yeah, it's. I think there's a lot of. I don't know. I've never covered that. I studied nothing to do with space in university, but
you studied science, didn't you?
I did sciences, but I was focused
on... A step further for me. I only studied art and stuff, so... I guess you just kind of got to be... I think it's one of them things, it's one of them places that's so unexplored, or the possibilities are so unexplored that it needs to be tested. But have you noticed, though, well, it's pretty obvious, actually, that the money has gone from space travel. Like, the money where governments used to focus so much on trying to build and develop technology, like, the stuff that they're using now, like, it's still like 19 sort of 80s, 90s tech. I mean, with a few modern updates. I mean, the science behind of it is just gone.
It wasn't. Everything became money based. It was exploration and beating the Russians was the big pushing factor, and now there's not the push anymore. There's no.
I just don't think people are interested in it as well, because I think the media portrayed it as like the frontier, don't they?
Yeah, once I think they find a resource that's mineable.
Oh, I think
See,
as soon as they have a problem, resources or something start running out, oh, they'll be straight on it. And it's like, if it was me, right, to future-proof themselves, they need to know what's out there. If you think about it, there's all them unexplored locations that are going to have resources, materials, that could basically withstand us indefinitely. But we're so focused on this little planet. Like, I mean, I think one of the biggest theories is like we'll run out of oil and such thing in so many years. Well, there's probably resources out there if we invested the money in that instead of trying to fight, you know, for what resources are out there. If we invested it in like a bit of space travel, we'd probably find the resources out there to need. Isn't it like loads of helium-3 on the moon or something? Oh, sorry, helium. Or is that just a movie sort of thing?
I'm not really sure if that's a movie thing or not. I know there's resources out there. Yeah, I do agree, but what eventually...
But the thing is, they'll leave it to the last minute, like humans do. It's human nature to leave the big problem till I've got any resources. No, I don't. Okay, so we just have to keep doing this bit. It's human nature to just leave things to the last minute all the time.
Then panic.
And what ends up happening in that panic? They fight each other for what little resources we have left, rather than working together so everyone could have the said resources. I sound like a bloody communist, don't I?
Oh.
I mean, it's the thing, like in my mind, you need to work together while the times are good. So you can, you know, have have limited problems, you know, when the times are actually bad. It will happen. Resources are going to run out. I mean, there's so many people on this one little planet. We struggle for food as it is. Where technically we should have enough food to go around if it was done correctly.
Well, the problem is with food, it isn't about doing it correctly. It's high populations in areas where can't support for the food, and even if we could, you know, like produce the food in the UK, like we developed all the land to food production.
Like we developed, you've cut out.
You couldn't get it to the areas that need the food.
Well, did you hear about that thing about Europe where the European Union paid our farmers not to produce as much food, so that the European farmers had a chance to compete with basically our farming levels? So there was fields that could be farmed just going completely unfarmed.
It was, I don't know what was true and what was more just hysteria in that one. A lot of it was what was the term?
I mean, it
was surpluses, and it was just.
I always just thought that was an interesting thing, because I mean the surplus then couldn't be sold to countries outside the EU, so it was just going to waste, where that could have been put on the international market and been sold to countries that need it.
But for some of these goods, you couldn't get it to international markets in time because.
Like potatoes and fruit and veg, you mean?
Yeah, it would just go off.
But think about it, don't we get like apples and pears and bananas from all sorts of countries miles and miles away, and they still make it in time?
A lot of the UK stuff comes from Spain.
Oh, well, learn something new every day.
A lot of UK vegetables come from Spain. Spain has got. Now, I went to Spain for university to do a project. Yeah, Spain has deserts. A lot of people don't know that. Very big and boring ass deserts.
If you think, right, we'll move the subject to something else, right? What will be the first countries to just go if there is a shortage of food? Like, will the countries that are already struggling for food be alright, or will they kind of get worse, right?
There's countries, big countries that aren't doing great for food. America ain't doing the greatest.
They struggle, don't they, quite a bit to farm?
Yeah.
I mean, we in the UK have always done quite well for food, haven't we, to be honest?
America has the problem that they don't produce. Pardon me. They're importing more than they produce, and when the countries that are producing it start running into problems, say if your country is running you're importing all the wheat from, say, Mexico,
Mhm.
and then Mexico starts running into the problem that they're not producing enough wheat for themselves, and the prices go up. Eventually, it comes to a point where it's not cost effective.
Yeah, no, I understand. I see that, but what I'm trying to direct is like, what will the countries that are struggling for food survive longer because they're used to having the struggle than the countries that, like, so say for instance America cut food, like their food stocks are cut in half. They've had some sort of incident where Mexico or whatever country can't provide them with such food. Would they struggle more than a country like Africa or some sort of African country that's already struggling with food?
There would definitely be food riots. There's no if, buts, or maybes in my mind. There would be there would be riots in the streets. It would be a disaster. It would eventually settle down, but I think for a long time it would be quite
Not the right
bad.
block. Not the right block at all.
Damn it! It would be. I think it would be bad for a while. You know, if we had, it would be bad in this country. See, if we had to bring back rationing, there would be problems. It would eventually sort itself out, but I feel there'd be a lot of civil unrest. You know, people probably get a little bit annoyed when they can't get to Starbucks to get their caramel macca latte.
Huh. Oh fuck! My fraps inside. Turned itself off.
Oh god, no one gave me again. People need to give suggestions to add into what program to replace Fraps with.
Yeah, sometimes it's just really shitty. But I really like Fraps because I like simple programs. I don't want something with 10 billion features. I just want it to capture what I'm doing.
I'm still saying you go and try OBS out.
Maybe. Oh, that's on the list of things to do.
I think OBS would suit you. If you were a user of NVIDIA, I would recommend Shadowplay as your recording method.
ADM guy or whatever it's called now. ATI. Is it called something else? So going on. Which country, or what would you basically designate all your resources to if you knew there was going to be a pandemic in the future or some sort of food shortage or something that basically just wrecked your country? What would you focus your resources on? Oh, I need to find that middle block down in the middle.
That's a hard one.
Would you focus it on security? And because the thing is, if you focus it on security, you end up in a situation like yes, you're basically keeping people in line by force and whatnot. But if you focus it on gathering the resources to maybe avoid such a pandemic, then you're faced with two problems that if the event does arise, you might have a breakdown anyway, just because you can't protect that resource that's gone into, you know, such a critical sort of state.
I'm a very proponent of civil liberties, but I have a feeling if it's something like a food shortage happened, some civil liberties would have to be.
Oh, what liberties are you going to take away from Scott? The big dictator.
I don't know, but you're talking.
You're in charge of Scotland now.
But okay,
You've just been put in charge of Scotland, right? And they've just broke away from the UK, and we've just said, right, we're stopping providing any farming to you.
The good thing is we provide more farming to England than we do to Scotland than you provide us.
Yes, we do provide you with a lot of farming.
Yeah. Well, we provide more.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pretty much.
Sure, because I thought we have lots of farms along the border.
So in Scotland, we grow potatoes.
Okay. I think you would struggle, basically. Okay, let's just go over the situation. Right, you've been broke off from the UK anyway. You're in charge. You've got to go through the process. And I'll throw in some wild cards to see how you deal with them every now and then.
So, I don't know. The thing is... Okay, I'm just going to give an example that I know of. When I worked in a petrol station, and when there were strikes at refineries, people tried to squirrel away as much fuel as humanly bloody possible. and they did it in like stupid ways. You're trying to fill up milk bottles and all that stuff. People
really do that at the other place.
Yep. It was against the law, and we had to like go and chase them away and all that, and or they're trying to fill up like stupid amounts of tanks. People panic buy. So we had to put restrictions on what people could buy. And this was a long time ago. And we had procedures in place to how to deal with it, but it's people do stuff like that, and I can see that happening quite easily. And then some kind of control needs to be put in place. What sadly does, I think, start moving on to civil liberties. And the ship's starting to come along.
So you're saying you would remove the civil liberties, basically?
I wouldn't want to, but I have a feeling that it might be necessary.
But is that, you know, that civil liberty thing is not a long-term thing, is it? It can't be posed for a long term, or people get very pissed off, don't they? But the problem is, even if they do get pissed off and you still have that problem, there's literally nothing you can do about it. So you're back in the same situation. So what do? Do you keep enforcing, or do you work something else out? In charge of Scotland, here, Scott. Come on. Make some decisions.
It's a hard one, because there's no right answer.
No, there isn't no right, but you need your answer. How are you gonna fix the country?
Would you put it into like rationing and blooming martial law? Do you
it's the back out as well?
Up penalties? Do you? It's a legal can of worms. I think rationing would come into effect.
Okay, right. Let me throw another random situation, right? So it's not a food shortage this time. It's a zombie apocalypse. What do you do?
Martial law.
Martial law. Okay, you've done martial law, but it's spreading. It's a zombie apocalypse. People are talking to each other. People interact with each other. How would you stop it from spreading? Say it breaks out in like Edinburgh or somewhere. What do you...
Nuke Edinburgh.
Nuke Edinburgh. Well, you can't have that as a solution. Really? Would you not try to quarantine it? I mean, every movie you quarantine it, just makes...
And it never works, does it?
It never works at all. So okay, so you've tried to quarantine, it's not worked. Would you just go to nuke as your first thing?
Well, no, you would. I don't know, because again, looking at your every movie, you send in the army gets overrun. You send in...
You've got to stop it when it's very small, the outbreak, haven't you, really? Like, that's like every zombie book I've read, we've gone really off subject with zombies now. So you've got to stop it, like, right at the beginning, when construction components, large steel tubes. Let's grab some of them.
You have to stop it early. Or you have to contain it in a city.
Like, certain boundaries, I feel it goes up. Like, might go city, village. If you can contain it on that level, that's fine. Then next up, it'll go... like half the country. I don't know if you ever saw that one where Scotland got infected by zombies and they put a wall up between. Yeah. Really unrealistic. But I think it wouldn't work like that. The only way it would stop is, you know, at physical boundaries, but it might not even stop, you know, at that sort of boundary.
Well,
components, some of them.
I think if it was like a zombie breakout in Europe, and you were able to shut the ports before it got across to Scotland, or got to the UK, we would have a chance, because you've got a nice land barrier there.
You've got the tunnel as well, haven't you? And you've got all the immigrants constantly getting across.
I know, but you would put a very big bomb inside the Channel Tunnel and turn that into...
Yeah, but the thing is, with the amount of... Like, the problem we have with immigration at the moment alone, it would be near impossible, I think, to stop it from, you know, getting across a continent. Right.
But that's the thing. Getting across the continent near impossible.
What, for the virus, or do you mean?
Yeah, for the virus.
Wouldn't I think there's no land people.
There's no land barriers. Yeah, in Europe. Because if a zombie can cross a mountain, it'll cross the mountain, and then that's it. That's Europe. You know, if it was in France, you can get to Germany. If it's in Germany, you can get to Poland. But we would have the advantage that we are an island.
Yeah, but the problem is there's so many methods of transport now, Scott. Though,
what have I done wrong?
But it would still get across. There would just be no way of stopping it, I don't think. But what other sort of like situation could you find yourself? We've done zombies, we've done food shortage or fuel shortage.
virus? I mean, the same as,
Virus
I
is
think a
kind of
virus
the zombie apocalypse
same
idea,
as
isn't
zombie.
it? Really, it's some sort of contagion that's spreading people to people. So we've done food. We've done like there's all the sorts of food ideas, though, isn't there? Like mad cow disease or animal infection, where
Rage virus.
like, do you remember when them farmers were burning cows? Like there were just piles of cows everywhere, and people were just burning the shit out of them because they had foot and mouth or something. Did they?
Foot and mouth, BSE.
But yeah, that was mad. That it spread so fast as well. I just remember seeing it all over the news. What else do we need here? We got that rid of them. We need. Is it large steel tubes? We've only got 3 of them there. Have we got any more in any other containers? Can we build some large steel tubes, Scott?
Don't know. You'd have to have a look.
I've put 200 on production. There we go. Well, yeah, so we've covered the 2 main contagion ones. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. It's harder to stop viruses or just general civil unrest. I think people be left to their own devices is bad enough. Got a thruster up. Get that one there. Have you ever had the thought of like how you'd survive a zombie apocalypse? Like if it happened to you right now? I mean, this is I love going into debates like this. Like
okay, the zombie apocalypse.
So you're right there now. You look out your window and you've just seen someone get bitten. What's the first thing you think?
Well, okay. I would be wanting to head to somewhere, either.
Okay, forget where you want to head. It's happened outside. It's the first thing you want to do. What's the first thing you're gonna do? What is your default mind plan?
Weaponry.
So would you go to your kitchen? Would you get a knife? Would you tell me, Scott? What would you do? What would you grab?
I would go Shaun of the Dead and get something like a
cricket bat, or I thought you were saying records or something. And I was like,
yeah, we'll go for the records. Then I'd want to get location. Now I would either head out to the countryside and
yeah, but the thing is, that's what loads of people say. Do you have any skills that could let you actually survive out in the countryside?
Yeah.
So you can
I'm
hunt.
Not as skillful as you, but I have done a lot of hill walking, a lot of camping,
hill walking, camping, yeah, but can you hunt? Can you get your own food from the countryside?
Yeah, I've killed. I went deer hunting once.
Okay, what? Right, okay, so you basically put yourself now. Now, the thing is, you hear this story so many times where people, they have a plan like that. Oh yeah, I'll get out into the country. But there's a lot of things like that. Loads of people have the same idea. And the second thing is, loads of people can't survive in the country. And I don't no offense to you, Scott, but if you've been hunting once and camping, I don't think you could survive for a long period of time out in the country.
And if I was by myself, no family involved, I would be making sure I have my motorbike.
Oh, I hate this debate in motorbikes in zombie apocalypse. No, yeah, okay, all the roads are blocked, but you can get pulled off by a zombie. You can get things can jump off, yes. Jump at you, things can hit you.
But
remember, it's a zombie apocalypse. There'll be wires and things falling down from roads.
It isn't just that. It isn't just
that.
What, Mister? It's simplistic to run.
2-stroke.
Yeah, no, it's
one more large tube.
Normal engine, just a thing, and 4-stroke, but it's very simple to run. I've had my bike for a couple of years now, and it never had to do much to it. It's a tank.
You are aware petrol goes off.
Yeah, but you're talking in the first couple of months.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I am talking.
You're talking years.
So you're out in the country now. What's your plan?
My plan is to get over to Islay, one of the Scottish islands.
Oh, okay. So now you're in a more remote place that requires more skills, and it's gonna be cold there as well, isn't it?
It's not. It's the same longitude as Glasgow. It's not any more different than where I live. But what it does have is
there's them tubes.
No way for them to get to you because you're on an island. Islay is it's got tons of...
Basically gone for an island. Forget it's island, just say it's an island.
I know, but I'm using it as an example because it's got tons of wildlife. You're talking everything from fishing to deer to rabbits. It's tons of access to things you need.
Metal grids, interior displays. Okay, so you've got the wildlife, you've got the food.
So food's sorted.
Water. Lots of springs and...
It's Scotland. We
drowning in it.
We have enough water. Water is never a problem in my country.
Okay. Well, so it sounds like you got a bit of a plan, but I would like to. I would test that if I could. I'd like to go. I'd come and visit you and say, right, let's test your zombie apocalypse plan.
Zombie invasion.
You know what's
now,
so funny,
go,
right?
Go,
is
go,
you know when
go.
people have the idea that they just go to the shop and get loads of supplies before they go. And then,
that's gonna work well. I have a feeling a billion other people in this country would have the same thing.
Metal Grid's interior cupboard. Because you've got to go with what's in your cupboard now. And like, is your cupboard stocked up with stuff, or is it like mine? It just has a few random tins of peas and not.
So, living off of pot noodles for a couple of weeks.
So it's the situation where.
My question: what weapon would you take if you had an arsenal in front of you? From British police firearms. Say you raided a police station, or you.
Oh, we can allow guns. Okay, like can we do without guns and then with guns?
Well, I'm gonna give you the option with guns right now, and standard hunting store in Scotland. So you're talking Scotland legal weapons. So what? Hunting rifle and double barrel shotguns.
Well,
what would you take?
Well, the thing is, with guns, they draw a lot of attention, but they can also be used to get you out, of a sticky situation where there's more than, one combatant. And saying that, I don't know how competent I would be at beating people down with sticks and stuff. I don't know, like, if I could physically beat them down, hard enough to kill them. So I would like a gun, but then they're saying what's available to us is not much that's suppressed. And if you want a hunting rifle, you're going to wake up half the bloody population of zombies, aren't you? So I don't.
My brain and my logic is
just putting random things in my inventory. I need computers.
If it is a hunting store, the one I because the one I know nearby me has crossbows.
Oh yeah, crossbows are more harder to use than people think, though.
Yes, but you would learn fast. You'd have to learn fast.
Would, or you'd be dead. You'd be zombie food.
You would be you'd be zombie food. It's silent, reusable ammo.
Mostly.
Hopefully as long as it doesn't screw up.
Well, remember, if you shoot a zombie, sometimes you're shooting them to get away from them, and there might be one or two of them. You might not want to retrieve your arrow every time. We need better
than a rifle that has a
computer.
You start off with 100 rounds.
Well, the thing with the gun is, especially in the UK, where
one.
there's not many actual components, you're going to run out very fast.
So a gun, I wouldn't think that. A great choice.
I
think that's more
isn't it,
a risk in the long run.
Well, what are you saying? This is the only thing you can take?
No. I would also say something stupid like taking an air rifle for hunting small animals.
Computer.
It's very silent. Have you used an
Yes,
air rifle?
I have.
You know they're extremely silent.
Yes, they're good. Right, have we got? Oh shit.
And it would take out, say, pheasant.
We're out of computers. It would take out that, but the thing is, you wanted a weapon, don't you? And the skulls are a very hard thing.
It's not going to be the only. You wouldn't be able to use. There's 114.
Ooh, this armor that you're putting around this thing looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's a bit different. There's 114 inside my
Very
ship.
beautiful. What, the weight?
Computers.
We'll get some computers out of the old.
No, fair enough. A rifle shooting a zombie just like, fucking piss it off. But I'm more thinking that's a way of surviving.
Yeah, no, it's a tool. It's just a tool in your survival sort of things. Like, there's some of them airsoft guns you can get. You can load them with steel pellets, and you can put the pressure up in them so high that you could actually do in an animal if you needed to hunt with it. But I mean, I think it'd be more efficient to hunt with snares and traps rather than hunt with such a thing like that. Is the computers in that yet? Yeah, it's good. There's just so many factors when it comes into, like, thinking of the zombie apocalypse sort of idea. Or, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a zombie apocalypse. It just can be a survival situation where you cannot exist, like you're existing at that moment in time. Anyway, let me turn it off, and I'm just going to do a little bit of talk and move around you for a minute while I get my ideas, and how I'm going to continue this ship. I
do love that everyone's got... Most guys in our generation have the zombie apocalypse plans.
Well, my fun used to be get my friend, get his dad's van, and like go out to the country. But like at the moment, like I don't know what my zombie apocalypse idea is. I mean, in some ways, it might be better to stay where you are than to actually go out into them places where you can't survive, because I think people are sometimes better at fighting other people than they are at fighting the nature itself. If that makes any sense. So
you're talking about stay in,
find a close-knit group of mates, group of whatever, who you can go out, get them supplies with, and if possible, it's better to fight people than it is to really fight zombies, I think.
The problem ain't there going to be more zombies
Well, yeah, true.
in the city.
True. But like I say, I live in a happy medium. I'm in like a suburban spot, so between the city and the country, so I can basically dip into both. But at the same time, you are right, it would be a risk. Like when I was younger, I had ideas that you could block the end of the street, you know, with cars or whatnot. But then I was like, if you kind of block yourself in, you kind of just end up like in every good zombie film, people tend to just get overrun, don't they? Wherever they are, like Land of the Dead, when they're holding out in that big city with the electric fence, they get overrun.
Yeah, it's all about
there's that one where that British Army base in one zombie film. I think it's 28 Days. It's one, and they basically just get overrun again. It's basically they last for so long until the zombies build up to such a level. Like the best sort of scene from it was, I think it was Resident Evil. You know, when they're in that desert outpost. The zombies over time, maybe it was just 1 or 2 zombies, but whoever's manning the outpost, since it's mainly machines, have just neglected it and they've just not, you know, killed that zombie off. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zombies, and then 7 or 8, and then maybe a horde of 10 come, and it just gets to a point where your fence comes down. Whatever sort of structure you've got will break down eventually, just due to the numbers. Yeah.
Out more than.
Yeah, I think it's just simple things like using the same route to get food, going the same way and expecting it to be clear. Every time you go, you'll put your hand down, you'll put your gun down thinking it's safe. Next minute, you've been bitten and it's all over. Like, I mean, I don't think zombie movies really show that as much, you know, like, just the error of your reliance on that particular thing getting you killed. Anyway, this ship is looking beautiful, Scott. It feels like another Tool, though, variant. So you seem to build your welding ships very much similar.
Yeah.
Similar and whatnot, but it's better in the ship I'm building. Like I just started out, I just wanted to build a ship really that moved really fast, and then it just ended up being a little hull of a ship that needs interior with cargo containers and whatnot.
Everyone gets kind of style, and trying to break away from the style.
It is hard. No, I understand. Indeed. All right, let me have a quick checkup. By the way, in the little bit of the mess around as well between building the ship, I also got another solar panel working, but it's not actually working, Scott. I don't know if you want to come and take a look at it and try to fix it for me.
I'll have a motor and one computer. And do we have one computer?
I may have one computer. Let me just have a quick look. Where is it? What do I need to weld?
Right now, just this program block. That's not program block. The remote control block. Excellent.
Can you come and help me wire up this? Well, there's. Sorry, I named everything the same. I don't know if this was a smart idea.
Can I get one more computer?
Oh, come in.
Just so I can get.
Oh no, I've run out of H2. Well, it's my death. Oh, I've landed. Okay, right. Okay, I just need to get some hydrogen.
The good thing about the moon is the low gravity that's been falling is not as.
It's harsh. And also, you don't use as much hydrogen. But I've noticed today my hydrogen usage seems to be quite a lot.
I don't know. Maybe you changed the
setting. Right, okay, coming back. Okay, what do you want me to weld with this computer?
Just chuck one computer in the block, the antenna. I know it's not going to finish it, but I'll finish it myself. Just. Yeah, so
once you've done that, can you come up and help me work out how to do the solar panel?
Coming up right now.
I named them the same as the other solar panel. Yeah, but I think I need to name them separately because I don't know.
I don't know. I think maybe you just need to
basically I've stuck it on the end here, and it could be working, but I don't know if the updates are all. No, the other one's not working. Definitely not, because look, it's on one bar and the sun's up there. It should be tracking across. Unless did you set the update to 10 seconds or 1 second?
10 seconds.
Okay, maybe set it back to 1 because I think the sun's going so fast that it's not just.
Yeah, I think we need to change the rotate.
Keeping up. It's not keeping up with the update. Like that one at the moment is fully charged, but it's just like if we get this. I don't know really how much power this is producing. In megawatts, maybe it's worth like working out what one solar panel will produce.
For some reason, the timer stopped. No, it's still running.
Do you want to update it to 1 second, just so we can see if we can get a more accurate solar panel? Because that one's going absolutely crazy over there.
Trigger now and key.
Tell me when you reset that, and we'll see if it works.
Recompile.
Hoping it works.
2 seconds. I'm just recompiling the timer block. Timer.
That one's on pull.
If not, I will have to.
Yeah, you'll have to have a look because I try my best with the scripts, but the script thing is just my Achilles heel. Don't know how to work them out.
What's it like here? Earring. Solar timer.
It's alright doing another 10 minutes and then coming off, so I've got enough so my computer can hold the space because I've got 30 gig left. So 30 gig should do another half an hour, 20 minutes maybe. So yeah, we'll call it 10 minutes and then I've got some extra.
What are they doing now?
Solar panels at the moment are
freaking the fuck out.
Yes, you could say that.
Okay, I think you're gonna have to leave this one with me.
I can.
That'll be my mission if you send me the save file. I will have a little go. I'm nearly done my ship.
Woo! 10 minutes to finish it anyway.
Damn it, these lag spikes keep teleporting me all over the place.
Oh, I didn't know you were in lag spikes.
Well, I just ended up like a couple hundred meters away from the. All of a sudden, just like, what am I doing here? How did I? What?
Let's quickly show what's going on there. Oh, okay. Got the name.
We're running low on everything again.
Check this, check that. Make sure everything's going on. Did you want to play Armour tonight or not?
I'm not going to play Armour tonight. I'm going to tomorrow.
Alright.
I promised my friend that I would play some Mass Effect multiplayer with him. I promised him I'd do it, so I better bloody do it. But I'll arrange for us to have it. I'll speak to Pretmaker and get it sorted out.
Oh, sure.
It's mostly save, construction components, so that's that done. Then it's just a little bit more armoring. And I think that's a construction component. I grabbed the wrong thing. I think Weldy is done.
Weldy?
I have not got any of it yet.
Wellard. Wellard the welder.
For the love of Christ. Wellard the welder. I want to be annoyed and dismayed, but I've just accepted that now. Whee! Yep. At least I've now got a remote control block and an antenna in it, so it means I can control it remotely if I run out of hydrogen and I'm stuck on the ground again. Remember that happened when I was up in the North Pole once? On the Earth planet?
Wasn't fun.
I felt a little dumb afterwards. He felt a little dumb. I'm starting to like Willard.
I think that's. I was growing on me that name as well.
I'm starting to like it as a ship. Sometimes I actually make things that look reasonably good. I wonder how long it would take for 90% of the people that have got the zombie survival plans to die.
Yeah, I think it's just like one of the things. I think people's plans run out too fast as well. They might do what the first few things are, and then
become Lunchables.
No, I think a lot of these people, you know, who have plans, won't die to necessarily zombies. I think they'll die to themselves, expecting too much of themselves, and then that in its own right causes the death.
Or get overconfident and blow themselves up, or...
Exactly.
I know how to make a pipe bomb. I saw it on CSI. Dum.
Like when I was camping out on Saturday, and I struggled to make a fire with you know, just the resources around me. Like it was just generally difficult. Like I had no knife, I had no different things. I was just basically using my hands and a lighter, and to get a fire out of that was it took me a while.
Yeah, you need to use the old steel wool trick.
Yeah, because so usually when I want to make a fire dead quick, I get myself some cardboard, rip it up into tiny little slithers, and then lay it on top of the wood. The wood heats up, well, the wood's split in half, and it just basically starts the fire really fast, and it just gets burning. And once it starts burning intensely enough, you can put the wetter wood, you know, that's around it, and it'll dry out that wetter wood, and then you put that on the fire, and you just have a fire that goes on for ages.
I'm sure you know the steel wool trick.
Go on, what's the steel wool trick?
You just put steel wool and a square battery, and you just spark it on that, and that steel wool burns regardless if it's wet.
Well, that's good. I
So
wish
you
I had
can
some
have-
steel wool in nature ready available to me.
Well,
Be a steel
again,
wool tree available.
It's something that's in my garage, and it would be part of my zombie kit. Square battery and one steel wool.
You, the bugger.
Because even it means you literally could chuck it in water, and it would still light.